Ladies and gentlemen, I am Melvin Banks,
This is Mo Beats.
and we are the Carbonation Conversation, coming with you with a very, very different type of review. You
Yeah.
know, first of all, I'm actually doing a review with Mo. I think this is like our first one-on-one review ever.
Yeah, I think most of the other times it was the usual three or just you.
Yeah, or yep, or just me. But obviously I reached out to you, Ito's pretty busy right now, so I just reached out to you and see if you wanted to review some anime and some pretty, old school kind of tripped out anime. I was working at a DVD store called Suncoast up in Forest City. And this was obviously back in the day when it wasn't really any streaming and stuff. So people would obviously come in and it was like we were like the anime spot on like the South Side. So I saw the trailer for this show called Gantz. Looked kind of cool. And so I bought, and it was coming out like once every few months. So I was just getting literally one episode of DVD that I had to buy.
Damn, one DVD had one episode.
Yeah, one DVD, maybe two, but I believe,
Those
but
were
I,
those were the rough days
yeah,
for the
man,
content.
yeah, and me and my boy George, I was like, hey, you want to watch this show with me? And we watched it, and then man, we were just hooked, and obviously, when I left Suncoast, that was the Suncoast Motion. Couldn't find it anywhere. A couple of years, I ended up finding it and watching it again, and I was just blown away by just everything that was going on in that show. So, without further ado, uh, what are your first thoughts on it, man?
Like, um, I mean, I've watched enough anime before where like I kind of know to expect the range of like, whoa, what the fuck, to like, oh, damn, it's like a regular show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I'll just say like my favorite anime is Dragon Ball, so there is some similarities, but like it's completely different at the same time. But the
Hmm.
first thing is just like how raw it is.
Yeah.
It's like out there, like it's graphic. It's damn near like fucking softcore porn, bro.
Yeah, man.
Some of
Yeah,
the
it
scenes I
is.
was just like,
It's a little close. It is a little close. And by the way, we're actually doing episodes one and two. I just said
oh, okay,
episode
all right,
one.
all right.
So yeah, we can just talk about them. But yeah, man, it is extremely raw. I was kind of taken aback too. When I was like, oh, okay. So, we're just gonna, see with which is, he's in high school, which is
Yeah,
K. He's a little horny high school boy. Imagining, sees all his
I mean the first scene is him and oh shit, I should turn around.
no, you're
The
all
first
good.
scene is like him in high school, just imagining all the stuff that we all used to imagine when we were in school.
Yeah,
But like,
basically.
so one thing I noticed though, I'm like, damn, classmates ain't gotta point him out like that though.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I forget what movie that was in too, where it was something like that when they were like, "Hey, can you stand up for me?" And then the boy stood up and had a boner, and like he got
Yeah,
in trouble. I forget what movie that was, but
I mean,
anyway.
like they've done that in a lot of movies where the kid gets up with a book on his lap
Yeah,
on cover of
exactly.
them.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. But Kay, at least in the first two episodes, he's a bit of an asshole.
wait,
Like,
is his name
his name is,
Conan?
huh?
I thought his name was like
His full
Chrono
name,
or Chrono
yeah, his full name is Kay Corono.
K Corono. The
Yeah,
other
Kay
dude is
Corono.
Kato.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and the other dude is Kato. But yeah, Kay is a little bit of a dick,
yeah,
loves his nudie magazines too, going to buy some nudie magazines before he goes into the train stop.
yeah. Very self centered, low key, and like like one thing about mangas that I do like is like they do have that because it's kind of like comic book. When you're
Yeah.
reading it, they show you, or when you can read what the character is thinking, but they're
Mm-hmm.
not saying it out loud.
Yes.
So
I
there's a
do.
lot of that on this show. Where
Yeah.
he's kind of in his thoughts, like damn, like who the fuck is this old lady? Like, why is she coming up and asking me these questions? These are like thoughts that people kind of like have, but they don't
Yeah.
act on it. So that part was like dope. Like even all the perverted thoughts that people have.
Yeah.
At one part, he was just walking by. He was like, it was just like a girl passing by. It was like all these status chasing thirsty girls, and she just even looked at one of them. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah, I do like how they show you what he's thinking, but shit that you don't say out loud, type of shit.
Exactly. Especially like you said, especially when they were on the train station, because that's, pretty much, where episode kind of ends. And just like you say, this drunk ass homeless dude comes in, falls on the goddamn tracks, and
This
everybody's
low-key looks
thinking the
like a
same
CTA
thing.
stop, bro. It looks like a CTA stop.
Yeah, yep.
That shit looks like Jackson, like State and Clark type of shit.
Yeah. And everybody's thinking the same thing, including Kay. This stupid motherfucker's about to die. Like he's about to die. And meanwhile, he noticed his grade school friend, which is Kato, or Kato? Yeah, Kato.
Yeah,
And Kato, that would probably, that would probably be me. At least trying to save
yeah.
somebody, you
You
know
can't
what I'm
just sit there.
saying?
Everybody's watching. Everybody just be like, somebody gonna help. I'm like, damn,
Yep,
somebody
is
gotta go
anybody
in.
gonna
I'm glad he
call?
did.
Yeah, and he got down there and obviously was trying to help him up, and he asked for anybody else that's helping. Everybody was kind of frozen. Everybody don't want to say nothing, but
They
ain't
got their
nobody else
phones
going
out,
down
ready to
there.
record and shit.
And then he sees Kay and he calls him out. I be like, Mo, Mo.
I'm like, I don't know him. I don't know him. I don't know this dude.
Oh man. And Kay is mad as hell. He's like, oh, now you see me. And then, Kay
Yeah,
goes down to help. They get the dude up there. And it's so funny because I can't believe the other people didn't kind of help try to
yeah.
reach,
Because all you
reach
gotta do is like,
down.
especially if you got a whole bunch of people, just go down and like
Ex
pull like that shit.
yep, exactly. And nope. They end up train ends up coming. Kato is like, hey, if we run at least far enough, by the time the train gets to in the front, it'll stop and we'll be
Yeah,
good. And so they decide to run. And as they run, it's Trago's Express.
yep.
What'd you think about the impact? What did you expect all that gore?
Nah, I thought I didn't even expect the full collision to happen where their head gets cut off, and like I thought I was expecting like a savior moment, something was gonna stop them, or on some anime shit. I thought one of them was gonna stop the train on some crazy power shit. Not realize he got powers type of conversation,
Yeah.
but when it happened, it's kind of like, oh shit. Which low key reminds me, there is a man. These are one of those weird dark videos. I think it was on Faces of Death VHS
Hmm.
tape back in the days. But there is a famous like Japanese train accident recording where a girl slips and falls into the tracks, and when the
Oof.
train hits her, her head falls off. So I was
Jesus.
just like, huh, I wonder if that shit was like inspired by that real story, or
Did
if
you actually
that's a common thing.
did you actually hear about that also, that tragic story about that water slide that decapitated the little boy?
Like a theme park kind of water
Yeah,
slide.
like it was, I don't know if it was like a thing. Yeah, it's like a theme park water slide, yes, but it was like a
I can't
carnival or
imagine
something.
that shit.
And that shit is pretty crazy.
That'll ruin a family event real quick, but oof.
Yeah. I will say this, I believe this series had to when I was working, so I was out of high school. I was about maybe 19, 20-ish when this series came out. So this had to be maybe 2006, 2007. But even when they got hit, people were whipping out their phones, their little flip phones, snapping
Yep.
pictures of it. And, and as Kai's head is flying, he's like, "Don't be fucking taking pictures, you
Yeah.
pieces of shit." He's like, "You stupid
It's like
bitch."
it's like those few seconds while your head cut off and you still alive, homie, still talking shit.
Yeah. And it goes, episode one into episode two, basically. They are transported into a room. with other people.
Yeah, man. I kind of there are some shows that where they just throw you in it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't explain shit, and you
Yeah.
gotta like solve it as the characters are kind of solving it. Like that was the first thing I saw. I was just like, damn, it already got my attention on that part because
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, now I'm trying to get to the bottom of this too. Like, what the fuck just happened? And
Yep.
then, well, because the first episode ends with as soon as they just appear in there,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're like, did we just die? And I think the second episode starts with them, I think, seeing the other people,
Yeah.
and then yeah, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, is this a simulation thing that they just woke up from? I thought they were in a simulation, and once they died, they just kind of woke up in the real world. So that's what I thought first too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
far so good, man. It definitely caught me with that.
Yeah. Shit gets a little crazy from here. Uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna let you explain that part. I wasn't expecting
Yeah,
it
it gets a little
to happen
crazy.
after
Yeah,
that.
it gets a little crazy. I will say, yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but obviously they appear in the room. They're just like, what the fuck, even the people there are like, hey, two more people are here. I'm not finna say any names because I don't really know any names at this point. A lot. Like I
Yeah,
said, I've
well,
seen the,
we can just describe them too, because there's
yeah,
the two Yakuza
yeah,
guys,
yeah, two Yakuza
that
guys.
the pretty boy blonde guy,
Yep, a teacher. Um,
a politician,
and a
the old
politician.
politician, and then there's one more. I can't describe.
And it's yeah, he's the little one, and he seems to know the most, at least at this
Yeah,
point. At least in
and then
episode 2, he seems to know what's
yeah,
going on.
and then the next person that pops in there after they pop in there is a girl, a redheaded girl.
Yes. And at first, before she pops in, obviously they start all introducing themselves. Everybody's trying to figure out how they've gotten here. But the politician seeming to be the most logical dude because he's a politician. He's like, I had cancer. I was dying. We're dead. This is heaven. Like
Yeah,
like you just basically like this is it.
yeah,
And
they can't even open the doors. They
yeah,
can't push the latches. Like,
exactly. You know what I mean? And obviously some people there is a dog too. I forgot. But
oh
yeah,
shit, there's a
some
dog.
people, you know, they it's kind of a no comment type of thing after someone kind of says something like that. You know what I'm saying? There's no like, huh, nobody's denying it. Everybody's just like, how did you kind of die? If that is what it is, if this isn't a dream, how did you die? And people start, saying how they die again. I don't remember all of them. I believe the big not the Yakuza guy in the suit, but the other one, he
The
got
purple
shot
shirt.
because you saw the bullet hole.
Yeah,
Uh
he had like his finger going through it. I think. Yep.
yeah. One of the boy who seems to know the most, he just said he fell. The teacher said, I forget what he said. Yeah, I
Oh damn!
forget
What
what
did people say?
yeah, I forget what the teacher said. But anyways, and then the redhead appears butt ass naked.
Yeah, and
Appears
that's
to be a
one thing
suicide.
they don't hide on this show is they
Yeah,
don't hide titties at all.
exactly.
It's out
And
there.
yeah, and she appeared to have blood on her wrist, so it
Yeah,
looks
that
like
was dark.
yeah,
Her
appears to
scene
be a
was
suicide.
dark. The whole scene with her in it,
Yeah,
all of it.
and Kai asks, first thing he does is tries to kiss her. Like everybody's just like it did. Oh, the other boy, he's just taking pictures, like just taking pictures of her.
Even
And
even even in that like mysterious wonder of where are we, motherfucker, still
yeah,
horny as hell, bro.
exactly. And what's so crazy is one of the things about this show for me is people can be pretty horrible. You know what I mean? Like you look at this show, even with the first 2 episodes, and you're just like, God damn, like even the way sometimes people think in their head, like even when the train stop and stuff, you just be like, man, everybody's just horrible. But we all have those intrusive thoughts in our heads, and some people use them on a daily, they actually say it on a daily basis. But at this point, like they're pretty horrible. Most of these people in this room right now seem to be pretty horrible people. The Yakuza guy,
Well,
obviously,
except
Kai's just,
Kato.
hmm?
Kato seems the right person so far.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, Kato does seem like the only
Yeah,
genuine one. Kay just seems horny as hell.
yeah.
You know,
He's self-centered and horny. That's his
yeah,
signature.
basically, just pretty much like a, young
Teenage
average male,
in the truth.
unfortunately. But the accuser guy gets up and he's like, "You guys stay in here." And everybody's like, "Are you fucking serious right now?" Like,
Yeah, that shit
what?
was rough.
Like,
I'm like, I
and
know it's an anime, but I'm like, y'all ain't gotta add this.
like, bro, and you hear her fucking screaming, bro. Like, she
Yeah.
is,
First of all, he just like picks her up and just takes her to this weird hallway,
yeah,
and yeah, like the screaming. I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. This is like,
yes,
but what I was happy though is when they do approach the hallway, so you can when Kato approached her to like stop it,
yeah,
it wasn't fully displayed.
yes,
And that like and she was kind of like away from him on the ground and it was kind of like he was about to start, so
yeah.
which kind of made me feel a little like, all right, at least like I was getting ready. I thought they were gonna show something wild, bro, on fucking anime. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Melvin got me watching. I was like, but yeah, I'm glad Kato came in and was able to like separate the two at least. That was
Yes,
a rough scene.
yes. I will say this. Obviously, we haven't reviewed a lot of stuff in a while, and for the most part, we are kind of an adult review channel. But obviously, if there are any kids under what, 16, 17 watching, like I mean, obviously 16, right? Because 17, you'd be,
I mean, video game wise, it's 17 and
yeah.
up.
But obviously, this is for like this show is for it's like a mature series. It's
Yeah, but
it's
technically, then you say PG-13
huh?
for a movie is PG-13, so
Yeah, yeah. This would be
13.
this is like a TV MA HBO rated R series.
Oh,
Like this
this is
is
all of them.
yeah, this is brutal. So
Yeah,
I
this is
just
all
at
of them,
least
all the ratings, and then
yeah,
one
I
episode,
just
one episode got all of them.
I at least want to be, I don't want some kid to find this and be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna watch kids." And I will, like, I do say that Crunchyroll does have, like, even when like I tried to watch it, it's like, whoa, 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 hold on, how old are you? Like, it did,
Oh, it
I
does
did
ask.
have to,
Okay,
do that and be like,
that's
yeah,
good.
because I do remember. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna get worse, but. It does get yeah, it gets dark. I will say that. But anyways, Kato stops her, and I thought he was about to kill the dude. Like I thought the dude's eyes was about to pop up. He was just
Yeah.
like, say it, say you're sorry, say you're gonna stop. And then next thing you know, the ball that's in the room, the sphere, starts to light up. And it expands. And what's in it,
Carnival ass music.
yeah, and what's in it is guns and suitcases.
Nah, first it displays the text. Remember,
Yeah,
it writes the text. We can't read it because it's written in Japanese,
yeah,
but I think it gives them a mission,
yes,
and
exactly.
then they comprehend it, they understand what it is. Then the shit just opens up on some Matrix shit, which is something I
Yeah,
want to talk about after we
yeah,
do the
yeah, go
review.
ahead.
But yeah, no, so yeah, so then that does happen. They just over here now, like, well, I guess we should say what the mission is too.
Yeah, yeah,
What they've
because
been
yeah,
going through.
they start noticing they're disappearing. Like they're taking the guns and they're playing with them, and they're pointing, they're pulling the trigger. They're like, "Oh, fucking don't do that." Then for the most part, these guns look pretty futuristic. Like you ain't never really seen these guns before. And Kaito, I mean not Kaito, but Kai is the only one that kind of opens the suitcase, and there's a suit in there. There's a black suit. So people start disappearing. And Kai, I would say, is pretty egotistical asshole, sexual, deviant over here. But he's like the only smart one that opened up the suitcase and was like, shit, I don't know where we going, but I think we need the suit. And he is the only one, with the exception of the boy,
The one
because
that
I
does
don't,
the most.
yeah, because he already had one on. And he
Oh
had
damn! I
one
didn't
on
catch
under
that.
his clothes. I don't know if you peeped that, but he had the suit on already under
Man,
his clothes.
I wonder if I missed a scene, but I thought he just put it on. But
No, it was already there. It was
damn, okay.
already
Man, that
on.
says a lot then. Okay.
Yeah, that says a lot. And so they get to the streets and everybody's like, "Oh, we're alive." We don't know what the fuck just happened,
Yeah, because they
but
just kind of just teleport in this weird, like
yeah,
dark light way, and they just are in
exactly.
a random ass street now.
And then I would like say the joke
Wait,
because they
but
left
also
Kai
though,
and old girl by
which
herself
one?
last. They left Kai and
Oh,
old girl was the last to go. And as soon as he pops up, like he's trying to put on his outfit, they're just like, "You motherfucker!" Like you tried to. So did
and
you?
his ass teleported out there naked. They're like, "The hell were you trying to do?"
I know, like, bro, we already like seriously, dude. Do you still think? I thought that was pretty funny. But as they, they're walking and they think they're cool because they're like, hey, we're alive, we're good, let's go home. That is when the boy tells them, like, hey, we're working for the government, and the government wants us to track down aliens, and they're giving us 10 million. I forget. I don't want to disrespect. Is it yen? I think maybe. I don't. 10 mil a
Oh
pop.
yeah, okay.
Um,
10 million Japanese currency.
yeah, yeah, 10 million Japanese currency a pop, which gets everybody's attention. The politician does have a bit of a back and forth with him. He doesn't really believe him, but he does say something in order to make him believe. He's like, "Oh, are you his son?" and all of this stuff. But he's not convinced. And so he walks off. And to the point where he steps on a piece of glass or something, and he's like,
Yeah,
"Ow, I
he
feel
feels pain.
pain." So I think, I'm
He's like,
good.
pain
This
is
is just a
good.
dream.
He actually says, yeah, pain is good.
Yeah,
But
he's
then what
like,
happens
dude,
to him after that? You
yeah,
remember?
yeah, he thought he's like, this is all a dream. I'm good. Like I have a second chance at life. And soon as he crosses a barrier, which seems like it's like a barrier that they're given or something like that, soon as he crosses it, he immediately gets his head blown off. And so everybody else, Kai, Kato, and old girl are still they're going home. They don't really know what to think. The other group is going with the small dude to go find this alien, which they do find, which they can't believe because they've never seen an alien
Yeah,
before.
and this alien is shaped like a green onion. It
And
looks like a green onion, and is asking them, "Do you want some green onion?"
yeah, and he also looks like a child.
Yeah, you can tell he's yep, yep.
Yeah, and these guns that they have seems to be delayed, like delayed shot. Like I can't explain it because it's just like when you
Yeah,
get
it's like
shot.
a delayed explosion.
Yes, yeah,
After the trigger has been pressed, there's some wave that goes,
yeah,
when it's chill,
and you just
and then
blow
they just
up.
blow up after that, like after
Yeah,
seconds of like,
that's like that's fucking horrible. And they end up tracking them down. And they just pretty much brutalize the kid, to the point where Kato and them hear it, and they run straight towards it. And they literally torture this kid. He blows off every limb. The boy's still alive, and then gives him the fighter shot to the face.
yep.
Kato is
Kato, he
going
was actually
crazy.
upset that he was the only one that was just like, "Yo, what are y'all doing?"
Yeah, somebody should
Everybody
call
else
an
was just like, "Yo."
ambulance. Uh, and it's pretty fucked up. I will say before, obviously, because this is pretty much the last pretty much of the episode.
Well, no, hold on, you forgot one thing, because then
What?
Papa Onion shows up.
Oh no, I do. We gonna talk about that,
Oh,
but I do want to
okay.
say, like, Kai is a little bit jealous that old girl is kind of gravitating towards Kato. That's all I just at least wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, Papa shows up and he ain't playing no games. He
And
rips off the pretty boy's entire fucking body, then sees his kid, and the Yakuza guy thinks he can take him. And I haven't seen this in almost a decade, so I'm like, damn, did he give him some go? Absolutely not.
nope, he gave him a headbutt. His head cracked instead. The homies was like leaking, and then and the one thing they showed too, that little kid that died when he got angry, the little sharp things came out.
Yeah.
But then when you see it on the dad now, it's like these full Wolverine claws almost.
Yep.
And then he just grabs Yakuza dude on the face. He's just like squeezing the face while blood is just like coming up to the side. And then
Yeah.
we go back to the homie with the gun tweaking out behind him.
And he's just like, you couldn't have aimed that better. And he was
Yeah,
so
move to
mad
the
after.
side.
And he shot directly behind dude. And he
Yeah.
was like, I'm not gonna die. I'm not. It
Yeah, he
won't
said this
work
doesn't
on me.
affect me. Yep.
I'm a human. It doesn't. He was trying to reach up his gun to shoot old dude, and then he blows the fuck up. And the episode ends.
Yep.
And all I have to say is, what do you think?
I like it so far. I like that it's not. It's like two episodes in, you're already like, what the fuck going on? Like you're already like in it, and I think it's like a slow reveal by episode of like what's really happening,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's like the cool part. So that's one thing I wanted to say. Another two more things I want to say after that
Yeah.
too. Like, I'm keep them short. One is it does remind me of Ghost in a Shell a lot
Oh, really?
because like especially like right when they put on that bodysuit, the all black.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, they look like one of the characters from Ghost in the Shell, and that's like
Oh,
it's like a silk body, like very futuristic, like kind of like the Matrix, like inspired by that too.
yeah.
So
That's
it
cool.
aesthetically it reminded me of that. Soon as they started to suit up and get the futuristic guns and stuff, I'm like, that's definitely Ghost in the Shell vibe.
Okay.
But
Okay.
then the last thing I want to say is, man, these animes and their old perv like men and stuff in their shows, bro, because it reminded me of like even Dragon Ball. When you watch it on Toonami and Cartoon Network, they never really showed you too much.
Mm-hmm.
But the comic book version and some of the raw Japanese and the VHS tapes and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Master Roshi's a creep on that, bro. Like, I remember some of the stuff he used to be like lifting girls' panties and stuff, like
Oh,
sniffing them.
wow.
And I'm just looking at. I'm like, damn, what is up with anime? I'm like, it's so sexualized, like
Yeah,
crazy.
what I heard was, and I mean, obviously, maybe we can even talk about that a little bit more, as we go along, because, like I say, some of it gets pretty dark. But what I heard is they don't do it in live action. So this is their way of doing anime. Like, I don't, if you notice, most live action Asian movies rarely have any sex in them.
No, yeah, they
Like,
don't even
I
get
can
even if they kiss.
yeah, even Asian actresses. Like, I can like think of only a handful that have even been naked on screen. Like, I think maybe the girl from the transporter, she wasn't naked, but she did, it was sex that was implied, that she had with Jason Statham's character. I don't think Lucy Liu's ever been naked, before. So, they don't really
Yeah.
do that live
I'm gonna go into
action.
research right now.
Yeah,
Start
yeah,
doing these things
you
with
know,
Asian girls in it, but yeah,
obviously, that other thing, that starts with an H, that's a whole different category, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But
You gotta go to different websites for that.
yeah, yeah, but as far as just like naked women, because I remember watching, I don't know if you've ever seen Ninja Scroll. I watched it with my teacher. It's like one of the most famous old school Japanese movies. It's like mid 90s. Man, that had a rape scene in there. I would say two rape scenes in there. And I was just like, I remember as a kid, I was like 12, 13, just shocked, because usually you just see that in live action. And even most times you don't really see that in live action anymore these days. They rather show you a child getting killed than, somebody getting
Yeah.
raped. But that's about it. So, we can do obviously, we can do another two or, we can
I'll
keep
say
this.
like based on how their length, I think two is nice because then one there's not a lot to talk about.
Exactly.
That damn intro is near the whole episode. Like the intro is, I'm
And
like,
then they give
oh
you that
god,
little, it's like a
yeah,
serious
no, bro,
tone, and then they do
that's
that little
normal.
dance.
That is so normal anime. Like they all have that. Bro. All of them. They all have a
Oh
little
man.
mini commercial break, and
Yeah.
I'm like, damn,
It's
okay.
something somebody died. Dance.
Yeah,
Like, like, that does kill me. But ladies and gentlemen, I am Melvin Banks.
this is Mo Beats. Cheers right here too.
We are the Carbonation Conversation. Peace.
Deuce.